What's going on, guys? Welcome in to your energy news beat here on this gorgeous Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. As always, I am your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado, joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, EnergyNewsBeat.com, Stuart Turley. How you doing today, my man?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but we are wiped out with OPEC, man. It's a
Yeah,
crazy day.
OPEC has been absolutely crazy today. If you've been following at all, either on the Energy Newsbeat Twitter feed, you've been following us on our website, it's been an absolute roller coaster of day. We've got all that and a bag of chips coming up for you guys. But first, just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Energy Newsbeat. Go to check us out on the world's greatest website, www.energynewsbeat.com. Subscribe to our one push notifications so you never miss a story that we run. But speaking of OPEC, that controlled oil news today. But first, we got to start on the equity side. It's our first positive trading day of 2021. Now, it's only been 2 trading days, but historically, January is a great month for equity, so we're expecting to hopefully see this trend continue. SPY up 0.75 of a percentage point. Nasdaq was up 0.8 of a percentage point. Dow Jones was up 0.6 of a percentage point. Really off the back of 2 things. One, COVID-19 cases seem to weren't as bad as people were expecting today. Also, the Georgia Senate runoff is no updates as of right now. Clearly, in COVID-19, we're not going to know who wins for a couple weeks here. Census's turn. Consensus. I think early on last week, if you would have said Democrats win both seats, that's a huge bearish move for the markets. Well, the quote out of the Sevens report from Tom Essaye, who's the founder, says today's Georgia Senate run-up could have substantial implications for the markets if both Democrat candidates win. Quote, we don't view Democratic Senate as bearish game changer in the short term because there will still be a lot of positives in this market, but there would be a new and unaccounted for initial headwinds on stock. So that's the key. Democrats win Georgia, we probably all get, well, not all, but some of us get $2,000 checks. Thank you very much, Secretary Mnuchin. But in the long term, it's going to obviously probably bring higher taxes and some increased regulation. So that it's sort of an interesting tug of war that's going on. Moving over to the crude oil side, Stu, we've got a party to hold, Stu. $50 oil. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We've been waiting to see $50 oil for a hot minute now, up $2.41 or 5 percentage points, currently trading at 50.03. Stu's going to tell you all why crude oil was up. Really ripped it, like I said, a $2.40 movement from the overnight trading session. So unbelievable. Back into the curve, 3.5 percentage points on the upside, 48.96. Natural gas up 4.8 percentage points off continue cold. Looks like there's going to be a little cold front coming through Colorado. I'm actually going out with a little buddy this afternoon, getting our last day in before things pretty much close. Because remember, you can only eat outside here, which is just unbelievable. Natural gas on the back end of the curve, $2.89. That's 1.75% on the upside. XOP up 7%, all the way to 63.36. Energy equities have themselves a great day. OIH, which is Oilfield Services, it's up big too, 7.96 percentage points or $169. Let's take a look at some companies on the downside. Only 4 companies out of my 139 stocks on the downside. Cognizant, Ultra Participants, Contura Energy, and Consol Coal all down on the upside, though. Huge numbers, Stu. Peabody Energy up 18 percentage points. SM Energy off the brink of death up 20 percentage points. Berry Petroleum up 20 percentage points. Camber Energy up 20 percentage points. Ervesco up 20 percentage points. Laredo up 21 percentage points. And Mexico Energy Corp up 36 percentage points. Holy smokes. Some of these high debt, high leverage companies got to love XOP contract moving up. Stu, internationally today, it's all
Oh,
OPEC.
man, I needed a defibrillator halfway through the day. Clear. And
Yeah,
I
clear.
mean, it was, holy, wow. Okay. This morning, you put out on the overnight oil report. Well done on this. You'll be putting that out every day. There were some nuggets in that to start the morning off. A, I needed coffee. B, the defibrillator in the corner. It was ready to go. The new extended lockdowns may be taking their toll on the future and everything else. So it was pointing down. Then you sit there and take a look at the Russians putting out their notice saying, hey, wait a minute, we want to have an increase. So Hantan market analysis said that the Brent futures still the upside remains dampened by persistent pandemic lows. Okay, let's take a little bit of a break here through the day. And that is then We had a 2-hour delay in the Vienna time zone. We got that all through the tweets and everything else. So we're all sitting here kind of in panic going, wait a minute, got a delay. Turns out it was Russia and Saudi Arabia, and the Russians were going, hey, we want a 500,000 barrel a day increase. And Saudi Arabia stepped up to the plate, hit it out of the park, and they reduced theirs by 400,000 barrels per day. And it's Russia and Kazakhstan are now increasing theirs only $75,000 a day. So I had to get my crayons out and do some math on this. And I don't know why the Saudis did this, but I think it was to try to regain control of what they've been lost in OPEC. So I got to hand it to the Saudi leaders for doing that, Michael.
Yeah. So let's real quickly here, because I think this is super interesting. Let's go take a look. Oh man, I didn't have it. Well, yeah. So you go through and you were talking about all the different cuts. It's 75,000 increase for both Kazakhstan and Russia. Saudi takes a brunt of them. I mean, really. Saudi just handed a gift to these Permian shale operators. Talk about a gift to the U.S. oil industry. We were prepped to increase production, and no, they stepped in and saved the day.
They did, and that's why I got to hand it to the Saudi leaders. They did great. We have all the numbers here provided.
Yeah, read them off here. What do we have here?
Hey, my eyes are too bad.
No, my
here,
eyes.
man.
Point is, it was a fascinating up and down. Yesterday, we thought there was going to be an extension of the normal cuts. Now to come out, I mean, there's a lot of different sentiments flying around right now, and that's the problem when you have 13 different stakeholders in a building. In a Zoom conference, it can be pretty interesting to see what happens. So,
well, they're going to invite us next time because of our rapid coverage on this. But yesterday, we talked about how this was coming around. So they also gave us a break. They heard what we were saying yesterday. They're not meeting next month. So we got a little bit of a break on next month. So I thought that was kind of interesting because of their negotiations today.
No, wildly interesting. What else is on the international news desk today?
Well, EIG is EIG Global Energy Partners is sold its stake in the Brazilian portion of the natural gas pipeline known as Gasbol. This is kind of interesting because they're selling 25% of this so they can turn around. And Michael, are you ready for this?
Okay.
They're going to buy 51% right over the border. So they're trying to get rid of a little bit of their not shady, but where they're getting an audit so they can go get more of the same pipeline. We are all sitting here going, pipelines, infrastructure are good buys. These guys are trying to get away from regulations on this. So smart move by EIG.
Yeah, so, I mean, hey, if you can, they got some smart lawyers over there.
They're very smart. So EIG did really well on that move.
Yeah. Anything else? Are you about tired today? Do we need to send over? I got a revival kit coming your way here.
Oh my goodness, just a snorkel for next time.
Well, continue to follow all the international news desk coverage, guys. World's greatest website, www.energynewsbeat.com. On the U.S. side, it's been pretty tame. OPEC has really continued to dominate the news. Couple things that I found really interesting today. This actually happened yesterday. After the show drop, Apache has decided to create a holding company and do a little market manipulation. Here we'll give you guys. It's going to be now APA Corporation. APA Corporation is going to acquire the Suriname and Dominican Republic subsidiaries from Apache Corporation. Apache will then become a direct subsidiary of APA Corporation and continue to hold its existing assets in U.S. subsidiaries in Egypt, its UK, and current economic interest in Altus midstream companies. Do you know what this means, guys? Even Apache knows they're going bankrupt, and they're trying to just finagle it around. Clearly what they're telling you is the only valuable things in their company are Suriname and the Dominican Republic, and so we're just going to conveniently move them into another company so that in 3 weeks we can go ahead and bankrupt the rest of our company and the rest of our U.S. onshore stuff. So I would be shocked if in 6 months Apache is still around under, whether it's the same management team, the same structure. This seems like a pre-bankruptcy move to me, Stu.
Well, are you getting ready for your moment of silence for them, or how do we phrase that?
They've been mostly dead for about 2 years now. So, I mean, we've been mostly dead for about 2 years now. This is, oh, it just inches closer. Death by inches is what I call it at this point.
Well, they needed my defibrillators. I should give them my defibrillator.
It's been past defibrillators, Stu. They don't. It's past the defibrillator at this point. If EMTs showed up right now, they'd be pronounced dead on the scene. But that doesn't mean there's still some value. There's still some value there.
That's DRT.
Yeah, I mean, everybody needs a cadaver every once in a while. I have a cadaver ligament in my elbow right now, so that, even the dead can provide some value to the living. Let's move over to Range Resources. They do a $500 million cash tender offer, which is pretty interesting. They have senior outstanding notes sitting at 5.75 percentage points in 2021, 5.875 percentage points in 2022, and about 5% in 2022. All in all, it's about it's about $1 billion in notes. They're looking to redeem half of them. I doubt they raise enough money to redeem half of these because I bet you that new interest rate is going to be a lot lower. But will be very interesting. So, I mean, clearly somebody thinks this is sign one, Range Resources, pure natural gas Appalachian player. They really are trying to capitalize on what they see as the bullishness in the natural gas markets. Now, I'll try not to throw up as I say that, as we sit here saying natural gas is $2.71. But I think there's some I think investors are seeing this as long-term structural play. If anyone's going to be able to raise equity money, it's going to be these guys. I mean, I don't blame management teams for going out and trying to raise public money. My question is, what investor is going to give them the money? But somebody will, so we'll go ahead and make sure to cover that. What else do we got today, Stu? It's been a pretty crazy day.
Oh, no, I think we just need to get ready to rumble. We've got some other things coming around the corner, man.
We have some great stuff, guys. With that, we're going to go and let you get out of here. Get back to work. Finish every day. Thank you for checking us out. Energy Newsbeat here on this gorgeous January 5th, 2021. For Stuart Turley, I'm Michael Tanner. We will see you guys tomorrow on the Energy Beat.